I played 35 games of Bloons BTD2, and it's 35, not 100, because I ran out of game to play. Game 1, I'm trying to reuse the BTD1 strategy, and by the way, I'm not making Game 1 the teaser from the last video, because I realized I only played 99 games of Bloons TD6 and 24 of TD1. Anyway, the strategy kinda works, but not quite as well, and that plain black Arial text in the bottom left corner is the actual round number. I did not edit that in. I tried to use a boomerang monkey, keyword being tried, and I also learned that cannons are pretty essential, so I'll probably be trying to get a few of those for games where I know what I'm doing. Although this game I didn't, which is probably why I died on round 33. Game 2, I'm trying to use some tack shooters, and I'm on the easy map. I noticed when reviewing footage in BTD1 that sometimes tacks just didn't do anything when they hit a balloon, and it appears that's been fixed. Also, I feel like they've just been generally buffed. I doubt I'd do nearly as well with this loadout in TD1. Although, they haven't been buffed enough, and I was starting to really struggle. I decided to sell that shit and get an ice ball and cannon, which has definitely been buffed. No way it was this powerful before. It's not powerful enough, though. With 6 lives remaining, 2 ice balls, 2 cannons, and a boomerang monkey, I realized I needed to do something or I wouldn't last long. I realized I couldn't really do anything, though, so I just decided to take the loss. I didn't stop trying, though. I made it another round before dying. Game 3, I'm trying basically the same as I was in TD1. 5 dart monkeys in the center, tack shooters as you get into the late game, but now with cannons, because you need them for lead balloons. I got all my dart monkeys perfected, I got my tack shooters, and then I got a cannon, because the game reminded me that leads are coming. I rolled up with this setup, plus some tack shooters, for the rest of the game. As you can hear, I've turned the volume down. Cannons are extremely loud. On round 42, I was advised by the creator to place some road spikes, and as it turns out, those road spikes did not get a single pop, because I popped all of them with my own. On run 43, I could have used those road spikes a lot more, because I lost. I think I know what to do, though. Game 4, I was using the same strategy, but putting my dart monkeys in an objectively worse position. I was living on road spikes, and while I did have my dart monkeys finished, I could still barely afford anything, because I spent all my money on road spikes. On round 20, the first lead balloon came, and I didn't have any cannons. I did sell the one tack shooter I could get, along with a dart monkey, and got a cannon, which meant I didn't immediately lose, but I still would have pretty soon, so I stopped delaying the inevitable and ended the game there. Game 5, I was trying the same strategy as Game 3, but as I started to get piercing for my dart monkeys, I accidentally restarted. I guess they hadn't invented confirmation menus in 2007. Game 6, I'm doing the same strategy, but this time not accidentally ending the game. I got my dart monkeys finished by round 15, and this time I placed cannons much earlier. I got my first on round 15. By round 25, I had this row of tack shooters, and I've also turned the volume down. This time I'll just keep it, because I don't want to turn it down each time. But on round 40, despite having 14 tack shooters, 5 dart monkeys, and 4 cannons, I still died. What am I doing wrong? Game 7, I was doing the same thing and forgot to record the first 10 rounds or so. Luckily, basically nothing happened. I got my first cannon on round 15 and just started spamming tack shooters until I had a whole row of them on the top of the map. But I still lost a ton of lives on round 39, down to 51. And even though I preemptively started placing road spikes, I still lost on round 41. By the way, googling BTD2 strategies just returns results about Battles 2, a game I've already played 100 games of, by the way. You should go watch that. Game 8, I decided to play on medium difficulty, which I played on in Game 1, I just didn't mention it. You have less lives and everything costs more, but you play on a different map, which might just be better for this strategy. It wasn't. I died on round 23. Game 9 was trying the same thing, basically, and I'm just going to save you some time. I died on round 29. Game 10, I'm back on easy. I figure I'll just ascend the difficulties in order, not if one looks easier than the others. I had 5 dart monkeys by round 7, and 5 perfect dart monkeys by round 15. On round 16, I decided to get a boomerang monkey as a tack shooter substitute, and a cannon on round 18. Armory update on round 30, my loadout is 3 max cannons, 2 max boomerangs, and 5 max dart monkeys. On round 46, not wanting to lose any of my progress, I sold some of my less advantageously placed towers and bought a super monkey, which helped a lot. But I died on round 49. So fucking close. Game 11, I'm doing the exact same strategy. I think it's just going to take some trial and error. By round 13, I had full perfect dart monkeys, and by round 17, I had a perfect cannon. And by round 21, I had a perfect boomerang monkey, and 2 more on round 25. This game was basically the same, so I'm just going to skip back to, oh, I lost on round 43. Never mind. Game 12, you won't believe it, but I am doing the exact same thing. And those were more black balloons than I thought on round 41, and I have now been getting consistently worse for 2 games. Game 13, what the fuck do you want me to say? It's the same goddamn thing. I beat round 49 this time with almost the exact same loadout as last time, and then I died on round 50. I swear to God, I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm. Game 14, you get the picture. I died on round 43 this time because I did things in a weird order. Game 15, I was recording a black screen. I tried placing more dart monkeys, and it didn't work. Game 16, I tried using ice towers and cannons, and it was a horrible mistake. I died on round 33. Game 17, I'm trying the old strategy again. I promise I'll beat easy mode by game 25. Apparently the hitboxes of the towers change with their orientation. Why would you make a game do this? Anyway, I died on round 43 again, whatever. Game 18, I'm just doing it again. I died on round 43, again. Game 19, I am looking at game 13, where I got to round 50 and lost, and I'm recreating it perfectly until the very end, and hopefully, I will win this time. And my method is looking at every 10th game and recreating that loadout. And on round 50, I preemptively started spamming road spikes, didn't sell boomerang monkeys for a super monkey like an idiot, and got ice towers to slow them down. And on round 50, I won. Fucking finally. Game 20 was on medium difficulty. It's a shorter map and things cost more. I'm just trying the strategy from last game, and I died on round 25. Game 21, I started with a boomerang monkey, and it barely worked, so I got a dart monkey on round 5, and it was even worse. I did sell my dart monkey to get a tack shooter, which that helped a bit, but I still died on round 16. Game 22, I'm starting with a tack shooter and then immediately getting dart monkeys. This got me through the early game way smoother, but with the small caveat of me forgetting I need a cannon for round 20. And I still had 75 lives by round 30. Speaking of round 30, I had 3 tack shooters and 2 cannons, meaning I'm going into the late game with a decent loadout. But on round 39, I went from 75 to 3 lives, and on round 41, I lost. Obviously, what the fuck else was gonna happen? Game 23, you wouldn't guess, but I'm trying the same thing. The early game was a little less smooth this time, though, and I got faster shooting on my tack shooter, which I didn't really need. I also sold the tack shooter to buy Boomerang Monkey on round 17, and then I got a cannon on round 18. It almost seemed like things were looking up on round 23, and then 10 rounds later, I was still not very kitted and had 20 lives remaining, and then 1 round later, I was dead. Game 24, I was trying to just start with dart monkeys again. Then I recorded the Ninja Kiwi archive. I don't know how well it went, but I know I didn't win. Game 25, I thought I was halfway through, so it's time to step it up. Small issue, though. I don't exactly know how to step it up, so I'm going to do the exact same strategy. And I'm doing about as well by round 17, and by round 33, I was underpowered and losing lives. I really want to figure out what to do here, though. I died next round, but it's okay because I've had a breakthrough. Before game 26, I watched a video on exactly how to win on medium difficulty. It turns out I'm just an idiot, and searching how to win in Bloons TD2 is way more effective than searching BTD2 strategies. You start by placing a cannon in the middle of the straightaway, and then 2 dart monkeys in this L shape by the end of the path. Then a boomerang monkey across from the cannon. I did lose a life here, even though the tutorial claimed no lives lost, but I think it was just because I placed the dart monkeys a little low. Anyway, you place another boomerang monkey directly above the cannon on round 12, and then a second one under it as soon as you can afford. Anyway, you get multi-target on your boomerang monkeys and lose 2 more lives because you fucked up the placement of the dart monkeys, and then get another cannon above the rightmost boomerang monkey, and then get bigger bombs for that one and the one on the left, and then you place another cannon under that boomerang monkey and upgrade it, and then you place another boomerang monkey above that, and then I think you get the picture. By the end, I had 13 cannons, 13 boomerang monkeys, and I won medium difficulty with a silver medal. Game 27, I'm just trying the strategy I was trying for every game up until 26. But this time it's on hard. This game was basically just a control for how much harder hard mode is, and the answer is a good bit. I died on round 7. Game 28, I'm going to try and adapt the strategy from game 26 to this map. Although, as it turns out, I was already too far gone from trying to start with dart monkeys, and by the time I got my cannon placed, I was basically dead on round 5. Game 29, I'm doing a similar strat, but this time placing a cannon, then the dart monkeys, then another cannon, and then getting to the boomerangs. But I didn't get to the boomerangs because I died on round 10. It was essentially the same story on game 30. I was trying to use tack shooters, and I died on round 10. Game 31, I'm using yet another YouTube looked up strategy, and although I initially fumbled a little and fucked up the strategy, it worked better later on. And just to sum it up, you place these... Then you realize your little fumble at the start has snowballed, and now you are at a massive disadvantage, and then just restart, and it's game 32 now. Then you place a cannon between two dart monkeys on the right, then a cannon above each of the dart monkeys on the left, realize you weren't supposed to get piercing for the dart monkeys, and that's why the tutorial is so far ahead of you. Then you spam cannons and boomerang monkeys, and sell your dart monkeys, and die on round 43 again, then do it all again, and die on round 25, and give up on this tutorial, because it's bullshit. Game 34, I'm using a tutorial from PC Whiz World, posted in 2009, and despite having very 2009 editing, and making it look like the round number is actually the step number, this one worked substantially better. It's almost the exact same in concept, but with a mix of actual instructions and better placement, it's a much more effective tutorial. And as you might have guessed, or not, I really don't know, I won, and now I've beat the game and officially run out of game. Game 35, you know the drill. It's Bloons Tower Defense 3. TD3 adds a lot. You can now choose the difficulty on each of the 8 maps. The upgrade system now has another tier, and you can purchase up to 4 upgrades for any one tower. The tower's Spikopult and Monkey Beacon have been added. The Spikopult is just the Spikopult from every other Bloons game, and the Monkey Beacon is basically the first introduction of support towers. Towers that don't do much on their own, but majorly assist other towers, like the Village in the later games. Additionally, the Exploding Pineapple and a Secret Something have been added. The pineapple can be placed and has a 3-second timer before exploding. Also, non-tower placeables now don't reset your cursor, so you can just spam click instead of clicking and dragging over and over for placing road spikes. And there are some more changes, but you'll just have to see those in 100 games of Bloons TD3. As for my game, I had 3 dart monkeys on the top left, a boomerang monkey with thermite glaives, because why the fuck not, and a Spikopult because they're cool as hell. After those, I got a tack shooter with saw blades and an ice ball with far too much fucking power. And, at this point, it was round 34, and despite taking a substantial loss to these newfangled ceramic Bloons, I was wondering if I could actually win on the teaser game. And the answer is no, because they added the Moab. And it comes on round 37 of all rounds. I don't know why it's so random. And that is the end of the video. Have a good day.